Barnes. 1:50 to go first quarter. Barnes at the point between the circles, left wing outside the arc.
With 8. They're going to rock with Lamar Jackson.
Jalen Carter returns to the NFL Combine.
He was back to answer the questions of teams, and there are more questions right now than there are answers, and every team knows that if it's going to be investing the top pick that it will take to get Jalen Carter, that they're going to want more information about this incident in the weeks leading up to the NFL draft.
Plus, are the Suns the team to beat in the West?
This marriage with Devin Booker makes so much more basketball sense than the one with Kyrie Irving.
This is Sports Center All Night.
Coach K, you hear about this list?
I've heard about this. And Jay, tweet like therapy numbers for the person who tweeted that, so they can get some help.
Here's Jim Basquill.
Yeah, the tension in Baltimore is beyond just Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. So while the Lakers will need to learn to win and live without LeBron for some time. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. This is Sports Center All Night, and those stories are ahead. But first up, a pair of Mavs fill it up versus Philly. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving do something no Mavs teammates had done before.
Doncic behind his back, right to left.
Sean, Jay Will, and Max in the morning. On LA's mega sports station, LA Sports Talk, all day long. 710 ESPN.
Veering toward his right against Embiid, 7 to shoot, no double team. Luka dancing, stepping back for 3, hit it!
Yeah, that's a plus 19 in the third quarter. That other Mavs backcourt star named Kyrie Irving.
Irving looking into Powell. Irving comes and gets it against Maxey. Jab step. Powell slips out of the screen, one-on-one. Irving shoots the 3 over Maxey and hits it.
Yeah, that's 97-1. The Eagle. Luka Doncic, 42. Kyrie Irving, 40. The all-star pairing leading the Mavs past the Sixers, 133-126. Doncic won the matchup with the league's top 2 scorers, as Joel Embiid finished with 35 for Philadelphia. Irving and Doncic became the first Dallas teammates to score at least 40 in the same game. They won for just the second time in 6. James Harden, that adult you want in the room with the kids. Kyrie and the Beard once played with this guy.
Durant trailing the play, hesitates, takes it to the rim and lays it in. There you go, the first bucket for KD in a Suns uniform.
I'm glad my knee's back right. I'm glad I'm just on the road to playing more and more minutes each game, and I'm looking forward to what we can build from this.
Kevin Durant is a member of the Phoenix Suns. His first game with Phoenix, 23 points. In 27 minutes, Devin Booker scored 37. Durant's presence already having a positive impact on Booker. Windy, Jay Will, and Vince Carter on that subject.
Discuss, but I don't think the Rockets can make that decision just yet.
Yeah, you want perhaps an adult in the room, but is James Harden that adult you want in the room with the kids? Kyrie and the Beard once played with this guy.
Durant trailing the play, hesitates, takes it to the rim and lays it in. There you go, the first bucket for KD in a Suns uniform.
I'm glad my knee's back right. I'm glad I'm just on the road to playing more and more minutes each game, and I'm looking forward to what we can build from this.
Kevin Durant is a member of the Phoenix Suns. His first game with Phoenix, 23 points in 27 minutes. Devin Booker scored 37. Durant's presence already having a positive impact on Booker. Windy, Jay Will, and Vince Carter on that subject.
The Phoenix Suns gave up a lot to get him there, and now he has to go get the job done. And I think he's very capable of it. And what you said about Devin Booker is true. Now Devin Booker is going to probably see the second best defender on the team. He's going to get more wide open catch and shoot shots because of KD's demand of double team and attention. and he's an unselfish passer. So watching him, just first of all, KD got open shots as well because of Devin Booker. So just watching those guys play, they're only going to get better.
There is no excuse anymore for Devin Booker not to rise to that Kobe Bryant-like level, because with KD on the court, everything about the reads Devin Booker sees, the opportunities he's going to get, the playmaking ability he has. Last night, I think he had 7 assists in that game as well. It just opens up the floor for Devin Booker. His life is easier because of Kevin Durant.
This marriage with Devin Booker makes so much more basketball sense than the one with Kyrie Irving. I never understood the decision to go with Kyrie. And I listened to the explanation about how they both had sort of won titles with players that, they didn't get the full credit for, and they kind of felt a kinship of that and all that. Fine. But that never made sense to me. The Booker partnership makes so much sense. They are both true lovers of basketball. They are generally no-nonsense guys. Booker is a better on-court fit for him because it applies so much pressure to the defense. And guys, they're excited about it.
Yeah, and don't forget the CP3 fit as well, a true point guard in Phoenix. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern this morning, joined by former NBA great Carlos Boozer. He joins the show at 9:15 Eastern.
Everything that's happened to this point and hasn't happened for Lamar is actually the Ravens' fault.
I want him here, Steve wants him here, and Lamar wants to be here. So it's going to work out.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, a continued conversation, right? Still no deal on a contract. Could he get tagged? Could he be traded? Could he get that fully guaranteed deal that he wants? Perhaps, but it might come from a team other than Baltimore. Dan Graziano on that subject.
Yeah, I think so, because talent wins out, and some of these owners have just so much money, like money that they forget about. And I think there will be an owner that says, yeah, we need this. We're desperate. I don't care about the money. Guarantee it. I don't care what my other owners are going to think of me for doing it. This just so happens, and unfortunately for Lamar Jackson, that the Ravens do not have such an owner.
Yeah, that Jackson Ravens contract, long-term, short-term scenario is first and foremost in Baltimore. But then there's this Ravens wide receiver, Rashad Bateman, responding to comments from Baltimore GM Eric DeCosta about the Ravens' disappointing track record for drafting pass catchers like himself. In a tweet he later deleted, Bateman said in part, "How about you play to your player's strength and stop pointing the finger at us?" Again, he later tweeted his apologies, but he got his point out. Mike Tannenbaum on that response.
Here's the irony of the comments. First of all, Rashad Bateman still has a chance to be a really good player. And I think what Eric DeCosta, if he could tweak what he said, would probably be to say, hey, we got to add some more good pieces to Dennis Duvernay, Rashad Bateman, and add to what we have. We know we need more outside. We lost Hollywood Brown. If I'm Rashad Bateman, I'm glad he took down the tweet, because as a GM, at some point, you're going to be a free agent. You don't want to be the guy known as a reputation to call out your organization publicly. You could call him up. Your agent could call up and say, hey, that's not acceptable. You could call up your head coach. I've had very candid conversations over the years with players and agents. There's a time and a place. On social media, nothing good comes out of it. So I think it's one of these situations where Eric DeCosta probably could have tweaked his answer, and certainly Rashad Bateman could have handled it differently. And really just by calling up John Harbaugh or Eric DeCosta and handling it, not on social media, but more on a one-on-one.
Yeah, that makes sense. That takes us to our off-season QB question series with the spotlight on Jackson and the Ravens.
I don't think the Baltimore Ravens ever have a chance unless Lamar Jackson is their quarterback. Lamar Jackson has done everything he's supposed to do while he's been in Baltimore. It felt like an all-time great pairing. The Baltimore Ravens, one of the NFL's model organizations. Lamar Jackson, one of the most dynamic players the league has seen. The team built an offense around Jackson, who delivered an MVP award in his second season. They were a great match, seemingly destined to stay together.
I love Lamar. I love everything about Lamar. Always have, always will.
But somewhere along the line, things got shaky. After failing to reach an agreement on a long-term contract in the 2021 or 22 off seasons, Jackson, for the second straight year, finished the season injured, unable to return for last month's wildcard game due to a knee injury. Now, the Ravens and Jackson enter an offseason of significant uncertainty, with the star quarterback eligible for free agency.
I don't know how the Ravens in good faith can give him a guaranteed contract. And if he doesn't get a contract, I don't see Lamar Jackson signing with the Ravens long term.
Longtime Ravens offensive coordinator Greg Roman left the organization last month, clouding the situation even more.
Lamar Jackson is a cheat code. He breaks the code. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do, whenever the hell he wants to do it.
Nobody cares about what you're doing. You got to work hard. If they doubting you, work hard.
Need the MVP, it's a fallback for you. I mean, if you really bought it, gotta say that too.
So what's next? The Ravens will undoubtedly designate Jackson their franchise player if they can't get a deal done in the coming weeks.
The gap in guaranteed money between what Jackson wants and what the team wants is huge. That's going to be really hard to get to, so we're looking at a one-year situation.
If Jackson is frustrated enough by the lack of a deal and the restrictions of the franchise tag, he could conceivably sit out the offseason or part of the regular season, or even demand a trade.
Even if Baltimore comes to the table with the money that Lamar is looking for, he might have already made his decision.
If Jackson continues to demand a fully guaranteed contract as he did last offseason, and the team refuses to grant that on principle as it did last offseason, it's possible the team could go frustrated enough to consider moving Jackson elsewhere.
A deal would have been done already if both sides really wanted to remain in Baltimore.
In the end, there's still a chance this works out, that a compromise can be reached to keep this once perfect relationship together in spite of the current rough patch.
I want him here, and Lamar wants to be here. It's going to work out.
Jackson and the Ravens have been good for each other, and there's no guarantee either will be better off if they split up.
Yeah, you have to wonder, though, if the Ravens might bite at a monster trade package offered by some quarterback-needy team this offseason. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, joined by Dan Graziano at 7 Eastern. ESPN NFL Insider is followed by ESPN Front Office Insider Mike Tannenbaum at 7:30 Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU. KJ Max, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern weekdays. Coming up, more NBA as the defending champs have a little something for the Clippers. And just how long will the Lakers miss LBJ? That's next. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
Coming up Friday, we'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the NBA. And I'll tell you why what happens this weekend will impact the rest of the season. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, E2, and ESPNU.
This is SportsCenter All Night.
Join us for our inaugural Pickleball Madness Tournament on Saturday, March 18th at the Agape Pickleball Center at Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. The event is open to the public. Come press the flesh with the 710 team and watch them dink and lob all over the court. Bring the entire family and enjoy all the festivities starting at 10 a.m. We'll have TVs to watch the college basketball game, Pop-A-Shot competitions, pickleball demos, complimentary food, a beer garden, a kid zone, giveaways, and more.
Special thanks to our partners, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, One More Paddle, and Celsius.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
The future depends on teachers. Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who will help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who will be the first in their family to graduate college. It all starts with teachers who meet challenges with creativity, who reinvent education for the future, who work towards a school system that lifts up every child, regardless of race, income, or zip code, and to enable the full potential of our students, our communities, and our country. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Mason, Ireland.
Ladies and gentlemen, my pickleball partner, my brother, Brian Mashonsky. Brian, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening?
Brian, does it matter who your partner is if you're a good pickleball player, but he's not?
Listen, the best way to describe TT is to say that he's as smart as he is unathletic.
Can I back up for a second?
Yeah, I know what's coming.
Did you call him TT?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What does that refer
You guys
to?
don't call him TT?
No.
We are now. Why?
Yeah, TT. So that's really a great name that I'm glad is out there now.
It's not that embarrassing.
Oh, that's a thing now. That is 100% a thing now.
Damn you, Brian.
Mason and Ireland.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. after Trav and Slee on LA's Mega Sports Station.
710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Afternoons on 710.
Nah, I don't want to get into the league. I like being out of the league. See, being in the league doesn't sound right to me. I want to be out of the league. I want to have strong opinions about things that I see, not things that I know. You understand the difference?
But I have strong opinions about things I see and I know.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything. I just want to see stuff.
Okay.
It's Sedano and Cap, the LA Afternoon Takeover.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Keyshawn, J-Will, and Max in the morning.
LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN. This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Here's Jim Basquil.
Yeah, we're back on Sports Center all night with more from the association and the defending champs.
We'll save it to Kuminga, to DiVincenzo, back to Kuminga, over to Poole, who relocates and hits a three. Ridiculous. 87-69.
As 95-7 the game. Jordan Poole scored 34. Warriors used a big second half surge to rally past the Clippers 115-91. LA led 56-45 at the half. Warriors charged back with a 42-point third quarter, holding the Clips to 16. It's games like Thursday, the reason why Brian Windhorst says the champs should not be ignored for a repeat title.
I know that they haven't had it, and Steph is, coming back here from this leg injury in the next few days, and, Wiggins is away with personal issues. They still don't have their whole team. But when they've had their whole team this year, the numbers demonstrate that it's still the best lineup. And, they've kind of, because the Mavericks have gone in reverse, they just, they're waking up here in fifth place.
Yeah.
With Steph coming back. It's not like they're looking, when he left, they were in the play-in. Right. They've advanced. And I guess it's partially because the teams in front of them have struggled. The Clippers signed Westbrook and have gone backwards. So they're in a good position, potentially even to get home court in the first round, which, their road record is what you would circle and say, boy, that's problematic. Their defense is problematic. But when those guys have been together, they've been impressive.
LeBron James is holding his right lower foot area.
You battled after you went down. How's your right ankle?
It's a little sore.
ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski reporting LeBron James is feared to be out several weeks.
Yeah, LeBron James has a tendon injury out 3 weeks before being evaluated again. LeBron expected to miss most of March with that injured tendon in his right foot. And the Lakers will have to find a way to stay in the playoff race without the league's all-time leading scorer. If he misses those 3 more weeks, it would keep him at least 10 of the Lakers' final 19 games. Vince Carter, and if they can keep hopes alive without LBJ.
They can stay afloat. Based on everything we've just said, Austin Reeves, I think, is budding. I had a chance to talk to Coach Hammond. He said he's one of their favorite guys. But right now, it's up to AD to really lead this team until further notice. We don't know until we know about LeBron, so they're going to have to get it done. Now, if they're able to hold on, anything can happen when you have LeBron James in your lineup. You know, particularly if you put yourself in a ninth spot, you get a seed, and you can play. LeBron can get you a win to move forward.
Abia, hands off to Kuzma. Kuzma, top of the arc, 13 on the clock. Kuzma on the dribble, crossover, step back three over Boucher. Oh, it's there! Kyle Kuzma, his first three in the second half, 97-78.
That's the team 980. Kyle Kuzma scored the game's first 10 points, finished with 30. Washington beating Toronto 119-108. The Wizards move within percentage points of the ninth place Raptors in the East standings. And then there's the Spurs. Yes, getting a win.
A little full court pressure. Spurs try to break it. They do. Lob pass comes to Bates Diop from Collins. And now Graham gets it off inside underneath and a slam dunk for Jeremy Sohan. 22 points, 13 rebounds for Sohan. 108-97 Spurs.
That's WOAI. Jeremy Sohan, 22 points, 13 boards. First career double-double. San Antonio beats Indiana 110-99 with Spurs coach Greg Popovich out with an illness. They get just their 16th win of the season. Talking NBA with Carlos Boozer this morning with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max at 9:15 Eastern. The former NBA star, now ESPN basketball analyst, joins the show on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU. It's Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. So the college ranks.
66-58. Shed off the screen. Shed on the bounce, leaves it underneath for Arsenault. Arsenault goes up with the right hand, rolls off. Francis tips the rebound to himself. Kicks it out to Shed. Straight on for three. Got it. Jamal Shed hits the three. His fourth of the game, and he has 20 points for the second time this season.
That's Jeremy Branham, Learfield. Jamal Shed, career high 25. Marcus Sasser has 24. Top rank Houston, Downing, Wichita State, 83-66. Sasser tied the school career record for most three-pointers with 261. He also scored at least 20 for a sixth straight game. How about the nation's fourth-ranked team?
Back to Hawkins, gets the screen, drives, jams it! Oh, Jaime Hawkins Jr., how'd you do that?
Wow, he dumped that on his head.
The headband almost caught the basketball. He threw it down. It's 54-41.
That's Josh Lewin from Learfield. Jaime Jaquez Jr. scored 26, fourth-ranked UCLA, pulling away from Arizona State 79-61. The regular season Pac-12 champion Bruins get their 26th win. They've won 9 straight as they eye a top seed in the coming NCAA tournament.
Braden Smith dribbling to the right elbow, stopping, spinning, throwing inside to Edey. He'll spin and he'll dunk. He dunks with two hands. Zach Edey gives Purdue the lead at 54-53.
That's Rob Blackman from Learfield. Zach Edey had 17 points, 19 rebounds. Fifth-ranked Purdue outlasting Wisconsin 63-61, damaging the Badgers' NCAA hopes. Purdue had already clinched the Big Ten regular season title outright because of this earlier in the night.
Brown was going to a hot hand and creating a matchup that he
As the former Baylor transfer Matthew Meyer getting the finish there. Double OT for Illinois to take Michigan 91-87. Then there's this Saturday, Duke, North Carolina, the best rivalry there is in college basketball. We know what UNC did to Duke a year ago, not only in the regular season to spoil things for Coach K in his final campaign, but also in the Final Four. Mike Krzyzewski joining Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Happy to be not coaching, but his focus this Saturday on a game that UNC needs in the worst way just to make it back to the tourney.
I feel good. I feel good not coaching it. I've had 98 times I was in the Duke UNC game, and it was an honor to be in all of them. Not at the beginning, because Jordan Worthy and those guys were a little bit better than we were. And no, it's an honor to be in that rivalry, where the focus of attention for college basketball that day or the day before and the day after is that game. A lot of people feel like North Carolina needs to win this game, a quad one game, to add to their NCAA resume. So you're going to have two very hungry teams.
And those people are right. Bruce Pearl's team, Auburn, could have used the quad one win against Alabama, but fell in OT against those tied. This was Pearl after the game.
I'm just sick and tired of our guys getting smashed down there. Smashed! Hardwell's hurt. He's probably not going to play. against Tennessee because of his injury. We need his physicality. He got fouled down there at the end of the game. So,
Coach, just talk about what Saturday represents now.
we'll get ready to play Tennessee. We were incredibly outmanned at the end. Had 4 guys on the bench in foul trouble. Joke!
Yeah, he's a little heated, right? And that was a tough loss for Auburn. Coming up, the latest on Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter. And you don't want to miss Mike McCarthy's reasoning for taking over Cowboys play calling. That's next. This is ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's Greeny, and we couldn't be busier. Aaron Rodgers, could he be on the move? Baseball's pitch clock, will it ruin the sport? We're talking about it all. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN app.
Join us for our inaugural Pickleball Madness tournament on Saturday, March 18th at the Agape Pickleball Center in Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. The event is open to the public. Come press the flesh with the 710 team and watch them dink and lob all over the court. Bring the entire family and enjoy all the festivities starting at 10 a.m. We'll have TVs to watch the college basketball game, Pop-A-Shot competitions, pickleball demos, complimentary food, a beer garden, a kid zone, giveaways, and more. Of course, special thanks to Johnsonville, Hoffy, and Zico Coconut Water.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign. And we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Rotolo Chevrolet, Capozio Buick GMC. 2 names, 3 brands, 1 philosophy. Taking care of you, our customer. So whether you're up the hill at Capozio Buick GMC in Victorville or down the hill at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, or you're at Capozio.com or Rotolo.com, you're going to get the great service that you deserve. See what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet or at the all-new Capozio Buick GMC.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain and mud. In 95, I helped tow your moving trailer. And in 09, it was sparks from me, your chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You are never too old for a family. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is dedicated to finding forever families for children who have been waiting in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it.
When your kid can't find the language, find the lyrics. Start a conversation at soundedouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Here's Jim Basketball.
And ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
And again, our top stories: the player front office rift with the Ravens extends beyond Lamar Jackson's contract. In men's college basketball, the nation's top-ranked team shines while number 5 survives. The Lakers make it clear no LeBron James for at least 3 weeks, more likely beyond. And a pair of Mavericks shoot down Embiid and the Sixers.
Doncic left to Irving, pull up three, left to the circle, it's good! Doncic and Irving have teamed for 80 points tonight. 42 for Doncic, 38 for Kyrie, 131 to 115.
As 97 won the Eagle, Luka Doncic 42, Kyrie Irving 40. Mavericks beat the Sixers 133 to 126. Doncic won the matchup. The league's top 2 scorers as Joel Embiid finished with 35. Irving and Doncic became the first Mavericks teammates to score at least 40 in the same game. Their coach, Jason Kidd.
Our leaders, when you talk about Luka and Kai, they were great on both ends of the floor offensively, both having 40 and 42. But those guys set the tone from the first quarter. You know, those guys were trying to lead their team to victory. And, you know, Kai's sub pattern kind of changed. He was asked him, "Do you want to come out?" He was like, "No." So we let him go a little bit. But you could see those two working together was at a high level against a very good team.
Police have secured arrest warrants for former Georgia star Jalen Carter, stemming from the top NFL draft prospect's alleged involvement in a fatal crash involving a teammate.
Details of the investigation cited evidence Carter and LaCroix were operating their vehicles in a manner consistent with racing shortly before the crash.
Everyone that knew this went down had to know that this was going to come to the forefront at some point.
Yeah, Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter has returned to the NFL scouting combine after turning himself in to Athens police on Wednesday and posting a bond on charges of reckless driving and racing in relation to a fatal crash that killed a teammate and team staffer. Dan Graziano on Candy and Carlin on how this impacts Carter in the coming draft.
People want to see what else comes of this, right? Like the 2 charges he's facing are reckless driving and racing, right? Like he's not been charged with anything that indicates any level of responsibility, right, for what happened in the other car. So, like, that could change, right? Like if all of a sudden they talk to him and they file a more serious charge, then things are different. But as of right now, I think it's way too early in the process to really know that. Obviously, it's a major red flag as it ought to be, and then we'll see how the coming weeks unfold.
Now, Carter projected as one of the top players in next month's draft after being informed of the arrest warrant issued in conjunction with the January 15th crash that killed teammate Devin Whitlock and a recruiting staff member. He quickly left Indianapolis. Carter says he expects to be fully exonerated. A pair of former GMs and Mike Tannenbaum and Louis Riddick opine on how this impacts his draft status and process.
It's not about his play on the field. It's not about how much he benches. It's not about his vertical jump. It's not about his broad jump. It's about what kind of person are we getting in our building now? Is this just a young man who made a bad mistake, who had a lapse in judgment, you know, and it's something that he's going to be able to learn from and kind of better himself as he matures into an NFL veteran? Or is this really just the tip of the iceberg as far as someone who has a track record of making bad decisions and not really exercising good judgment in those kind of situations where someone isn't watching over you and really just critiquing every single thing that you do? Those are the kinds of questions that are going to be asked of him, and those are the kind of answers that people are going to be looking for.
I am taking a massive pause here and have to do a thorough investigation. And, fundamentally what you're trying to find out is, Is this a really good person who had one bad decision and one bad night, or is this a pattern of behavior? And you have to figure out, if he's a fit for your organization. And with that said, there's another massive complexity to things in terms of the legal process. The draft is about 2 months away, and there's a really good chance that everything won't be adjudicated before then. If you're picking the top 10 or the top half of the first round, not knowing if, is this a misdemeanor? Does this come, at some point become a felony? I'd be hard pressed to see a team, draft him with such question marks.
How about this? Paul Feinbaum on his reputation, Carter's reputation before this incident.
I will say this about Jalen Carter until yesterday. He had an impeccable reputation. There was a report that came out earlier this year by Todd McShay that there were some character issues. I went to numerous people in Athens and around college football, and quite frankly, I could not find anyone to contribute to that report. I couldn't find any players who privately would say that. In fact, all I heard was to the contrary about how well he has handled himself, how liked he has been by almost everyone in that community. That doesn't mitigate anything that we now know, but I think it will be a critical factor moving forward.
You can't win in this league without a strong quarterback. That's been proven. So we want Lamar here, and we want him back.
It's just like a relationship, right? One side of the relationship, you can tell me everything you want me to know and hear. But if you're not showing me anything that you're telling me, why do you think it matters?
He has earned the right to ask for a fully guaranteed deal. If the Baltimore Ravens are not going to give it to him, then he has to make that line in the sand and say, I need to be out of here.
It's contract standoff, and you just heard it's about guaranteed money. Lamar Jackson wants all of it guaranteed. And how is this impacting perhaps his teammates? What's the vibe in the locker room, at least next season? Harry Douglas on that subject.
Your general manager can't come out and say that. Now, if you want to say it behind closed doors, then that's fine. You can't go out on the circuit that he's on and say that. Now you see what it caused, right? You see what Rashad Bateman did. You notice Rashad Bateman mentioned Lamar Jackson, right? What's going on right now in Baltimore? They're not on the same page when it comes to contract negotiations. Those players gonna rock with 8. They're going to rock with Lamar Jackson.
And you just heard Harry Douglas talk about the GM, that being Eric DeCosta, and wide receiver Rashad Bateman, who responded to comments from DeCosta about the Ravens' disappointing track record for drafting pass catchers like himself. This was DeCosta at the Combine.
I would say a lot of people would say the same thing. It's a challenging position to evaluate in different ways. I don't have if I had an answer, that means I would probably have some better receivers, I guess. We keep trying. I think there's a lot of things that go along with that position. Sometimes it is tied to the quarterback. And I think it's tied to things like durability. It's tied to, a lot of things. We're going to keep swinging. There have been some guys that, have been successful players for us that were draft picks. We've never really hit on that all-pro type of guy, which is disappointing, I would say. But it's not for lack of effort. We believe in what we do. We believe in our scouting. We believe in the system that we have, the scouting system that we have. It's one of those anomalies that I really can't explain other than to say we're not going to stop trying. We're going to keep trying. If we've drafted, I don't know, Chad would probably know, but probably at least 5 or 6 receivers in the last 4 years, maybe. We're going to just keep swinging. And hopefully at one of these points we'll hit the ball out of the park.
That comment responded with a tweet, which was later deleted by Bateman, which said in part, how about you play to your player's strength and stop pointing fingers at us? How about the Cowboys? Gone is Kellen Moore, now in L.A. with the Chargers, while head coach Mike McCarthy takes over as play caller in Big D. He had this on why the page was turned on their former OC.
I think Kellen did an excellent job. If you look at the way we played over the course of the last 3 years, as a head coach, every head coach has a vision of how you want the football team to play, what they look like. Our complementary football formula, I felt was the best this year, the 3 years. I think every 3, 4, 5 years into your offense, you need to make, pretty good not significant, but changes and adjustments, tendencies, and things like that. So I just felt this was a good time to make that change.
Was that a subtle slight, perhaps, at Kellen Moore? Ryan Clark on those comments.
Mike McCarthy is a very, very little man. You had Kellen Moore inside of your building. These are conversations that you could have with Kellen Moore. When you decided to part ways, even if it was a very philosophical reasoning behind that, that's not for the public.
They're talking Cowboys on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max this morning. ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU. Clarence Hill Jr., Fort Worth Star-Telegram senior writer, joins the show at 8:30 Eastern. It's Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, weekdays right here on ESPN Radio. That takes us to the QB question series. Now the focus on Big D and the Cowboys, Dak Prescott.
This game is over. And so is the Cowboys season.
I'm disappointed in the way that I played. Those guys in that locker room gave it all, both sides of the ball, and put me in a position to go win the game, and I wasn't able to do that.
Dak Prescott's 8th NFL season, when it begins, will be unlike any of the others. Losing has consequences. The Cowboys quarterback endures that now. Playoff failure has cost some of those around him their jobs. He'll be surrounded by different coaches next season and performing in a different offense. This is the first offensive system change for Prescott since becoming the Cowboys quarterback in 2016. Head coach Mike McCarthy will be implementing the West Coast style offense he used in Green Bay. He'll be calling his own offensive plays, the first Dallas head coach to do so since Jason Garrett in 2012.
The Cowboys and Kellen Moore part ways. He's headed to the Chargers.
Prescott described the loss of offensive coordinator Kellen Moore as upsetting. It will certainly require an adjustment for Prescott. Moore's been part of the quarterback's life for his entire NFL existence. It always seemed the value in hiring McCarthy as head coach was to have him calling plays. Now we'll find out. Elimination losses to the 49ers the past 2 seasons, in which the Cowboys scored a total of 29 points, created the opportunity for McCarthy to become more involved. But it seems obvious that owner, general manager Jerry Jones and the front office must improve Prescott's supporting cast. The ill-advised trade of Amari Cooper last offseason, they essentially had 2 consistent playmakers in 2022, CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard.
Here's Prescott back, throws out left, intercepted.
That seemed to play a significant role in Prescott suddenly developing an interception problem. He had a career-high 15 to become the first quarterback since the 1970 merger to lead or tie for the league lead in interceptions while missing at least 5 games. That doesn't include the 2 he threw in the playoff loss to the 49ers.
But the offense just let us down. Dak Prescott let us down.
The Cowboys remain unwavering in their commitment to Prescott, even saying they're willing to discuss extending his contract to reduce the salary cap number. Even so, they'll be different next season. Will he be better? That seems the relevant question.
Dak led the NFL in interceptions last season. The Cowboys have made it clear they are ready to re-up with Dak on another long-term deal.
Well, I think he's going to end up back in Green Bay when it's all said and done.
If I am the Jets, I'm not waiting to see if Carr is going to come to me. I'm going to go make the moves to try and get Aaron Rodgers. The number 1 spot I'm looking at right now, it's the Raiders.
Yeah, where will Aaron Rodgers end up? Will it be back in Green Bay or perhaps elsewhere? Dan Orlovsky chooses the latter.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers is done with the Packers, and I feel like the Packers are done with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, his comments yesterday, and I feel like that's okay. It's time. It's time for both parties. He's one of the greatest ever, certainly one of the greatest Packers ever. Just feels like it's time here. And Gutekunst, their general manager's comments about Jordan Love, it just feels like they both are ready to go their separate ways. I think if Aaron wants to keep playing football, which I do think he is going to do, those teams that are interested in having him play have to make it very clear. You're all in or you're not. You know, we want you, but no, we don't want 50% of you. You are going to be here, and you're going to be a part of our offseason program because Here's the thing that's most important, us winning, not you playing well.
That's a reasonable request right there. Plenty of NFL talk with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max this morning. Dan Graziano joins the show at 7 Eastern, followed by Mike Tannenbaum at 7:30 Eastern. ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU. Coming up, more Pac-12 college hoops, the night's top plays, and the night on ice with the Bruins, the fastest to 100. That's next. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
Coming up Friday, we'll get you ready for a huge weekend in the NBA. And I'll tell you why what happens this weekend will impact the rest of the season. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, E2, and ESPNU.
More SportsCenter All Night. Next. Join us for our inaugural Pickleball Madness Tournament on Saturday, March 18th at the Agape Pickleball Center in Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. The event is open to the public. Come press the flesh with the 710 team and watch them dink and lob all over the court. Bring the entire family and enjoy all the festivities starting at 10 a.m. We'll have TVs to watch the college basketball game, Papa Shot competitions, pickleball demos, complimentary food, a beer garden, a kid zone, giveaways, and more.
Special thanks to our partners, Solo All-Electric Car, Stretch Labs, and Islands Restaurants.
Transitioning out of the military, it's difficult. Just about everything around you changes. I would get phone calls that brothers were dying, some of them to suicide. And I'd found myself in another cold cemetery. And I started to wonder if I was next. It's a struggle to know that you're facing challenges, but not be ready to face them. Sleep doesn't come easy. And when it comes, it doesn't last long. You're tired all the time. I didn't reach out for that help, but thank God my wife did. She got me registered for Wounded Warrior Project. Talking to somebody that would listen to me and understood my story helped me realize that it was time to change. There's a new fight. There's a new mission, and that's something I am eternally grateful for.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans, it's a story that rings true. We learn to endure the heat in silence. We apply what we learn to life. The bills, the job, the family. Things we're expected to handle with ease. When life heats up around us, we just try to stay afloat. We let the water boil. Reaching out isn't easy, but you've never been interested in easy. You join because you are not afraid of hard work. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait until the water boils. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max in the morning on LA's mega sports station. LA Sports Talk all day long. 710 ESPN.
This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Here's Jim Basquel.
Yeah, we're back on SportsCenter All Night with a top 10 that avoids an upset.
Urquiza works it down to the right wing. Throw it high for Tabellis. Puts it on the floor. Drives on White. Off the glass and good. Boy, Zoo having a big night. 25 points now for Tabellis.
Yeah, Zoo Tabellis 25. Arizona gets their 25th win as the nation's 8th-ranked team is an 87-81 winner over USC with 4 in double figures. Boogie Ellis 35 in defeat for those Trojans. That was Brian Jeffries from Learfield with the call. And then there's this.
Nelson can't get it to go. Rebound to Trey Mercy.
Titans defense holds. Davis launches the three. Yes, sir! 20 for Antoine Davis, and Detroit Mercy retakes the lead.
Yeah, he needed more points, though. He needed 25 for the game. That was 92-7 WLQV. Detroit Mercy guard Antoine Davis finished 3 points shy of matching Pistol Pete Maravich as the NCAA career scoring leader. Scored 22 in a 71-66 loss to Youngstown State in the quarters of the Horizon League. So the Titans could still play in a postseason tournament, the CBI. If they get there, his points in that game would count. Again, 3 points shy. He missed 4 3-pointers in the final 2 minutes. And that young man will join Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max this morning at 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU. And you got to hope his team gets him one more shot in the postseason. Night on ice, Bruins fastest ever to 100 points. David Pasternak's had a goal and 2 gives hours after signing a massive new contract. Bruins became the fastest team in league history to reach 100 points, beating the Sabres 9-1 for their 9th straight win. How about this record? It's gaudy. 48-8-5. You heard me right. 61 games played. They've lost 8 games in regulation. How you going to beat them in the postseason?
And here's Brady Tkachuk. Steers it back to the point. Hamonic winds and fires. Tipped it from. Scores! Claude Giroux gets the rebound. Ottawa takes a 4-3 lead.
This will be his 26th of the year. And once again, the Senators smell blood in the water.
That's 1,200 TSN. Claude Giroux broke a tie in the third. Former Ranger Derek Brassard scored twice. Senators beat New York with a 3-goal third, 5-3 to spoil Patrick Kane's Rangers debut. He had 4 shots on goal. The longtime Blackhawk on why he wanted the Big Apple and those blue shirts.
This is such an amazing opportunity with what they have going on here in New York. And, when the option was still there to possibly make a move, it's obviously, it wasn't the easiest decision, but just really excited to be here with this team, with the amount of skill and good players they have here. It's just another chance to make a run. So I felt like it'd be a good experience, get out of the comfort zone a little bit and be able to, play for a different franchise, different team. And like I said, obviously they have a great team here. So they're coming into a good situation.
A pair of 5-4 OT winners. Kraken take the Red Wings. Penguins over the Lightning. Pittsburgh sweeps the season series from Tampa. And they also take over the top wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Stars, after acquiring Max Domi from the Blackhawks, 5-2 winners over Chicago. Don't forget the NHL trade deadline comes today at 3 Eastern. How about the night's top sounds? All come off the hardcourt, college and pro. Mark Robbins has the details.
Number 4.
Hello there, Jim. We are 4 for 4 from the floor with our top sound, the basketball court, that is. Starting in the NBA with Washington's Kristaps Porzingis on the team, 980 in D.C.
Kuzma spins, drives, left the lane, hands off to Porzingis, hash mark left wing for 3, it's there! Oh, it's there! Kuzma to J-Payne, and that led to the closing shot.
Number 3.
Out west, Jordan Poole doing his best Steph Curry imitation for the Warriors against the Clippers. 95-7 the game.
We'll save it to Kuminga, to DiVincenzo, back to Kuminga, over to Poole, who relocates and hits a 3. Ridiculous. 87-69.
Number 2.
In Dallas, Kyrie Irving with some clutch fourth quarter shooting against the Sixers. The call from 97-1, the Eagle in Dallas.
Doncic left to Irving, pull up 3, left to the circle, it's good! Doncic and Irving have teamed for 80 points tonight. 42 for Doncic, 38 for Kyrie, 131 to 115.
Number 1.
Finally, the UCLA Bruins getting to the rack against Arizona State. Jaime Jaquez Jr. proving my point. The call from Josh Lewin on Learfield.
Back to Jaquez, gets a screen, drive, jams it! Oh, Jaime Jaquez Jr., how'd you do that?
Wow, he dumped that on his head.
The headband almost caught the basketball. He threw it down. It's 54-41.
Yeah, those UCLA Bruins are looking for a number 1 seed in the coming NCAA tournament. Plenty of NBA and NFL Talk with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max this morning. Carlos Boozer, ESPN basketball analyst, former NBA great, joins the show at 9:15 Eastern. The guest list starts with Dan Graziano, ESPN NFL insider at 7 Eastern, ESPN front office insider Mike Tannenbaum at 7:30 Eastern, and Clarence Hill, the Fort Worth Star-Telegram senior writer, talking Cowboys at 8:30 Eastern. We mentioned Tannenbaum. How about this? He feels the Bears should take Bryce Young at 1 and trade their current quarterback, Justin Fields. This is why.
I just think Bryce Young has a chance to be spectacular. I think he's clearly going to be the better quarterback than Justin Fields long term. Justin Fields has a chance to be really good. I'm concerned by his turnover proclivities. He has 140 sacks, turnovers, and interceptions in 2 years, only playing 27 out of 34 games. Bryce Young is small. There's definitely concerns about him as well. But over time, to me, the better quarterback's going to be Bryce Young.
Perhaps a deal of Fields could net the Bears a bigger trade package than a trade down from a team moving up in the top 5. Tannenbaum on Key J. Max, he'll join the show again this morning, 7:30 Eastern. John Rahm opened with 3 straight birdies at Bay Hill, finished eagle, birdie, shoots a 65 two-shot lead at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Thanks for staying up all night. For producer Josiah Howard and technical director Cam Ursery, I'm Jim Baswell. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max is next.
Coming up next, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio and ESPN2. Join us for our inaugural Pickleball Madness Tournament on Saturday, March 18th at the Agape Pickleball Center in Miles Square Park in Fountain Valley. The event is open to the public. Come press the flesh with the 710 team and watch them dink and lob all over the court. Bring the entire family and enjoy all the festivities starting at 10 a.m. We'll have TVs to watch the college basketball game, Pop-A-Shot competitions, pickleball demos, complimentary food, a beer garden, a kid zone, giveaways, and more.
Special thanks to our partners, Michelob Ultra, Bud White Seltzer, and Pizza Hut.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. You could enjoy a recession-resistant career in a rewarding field with plenty of growth opportunities and often flexible work environments. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new career in months, not years. Take classes online or on campus. And financial aid is available to qualified students, including the GI Bill. Now is the time. mycomputercareer.edu.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight. Oh, in the jungle, the quiet jungle, the sheep sleeps tonight. Oh,
It just isn't the same without the lion. Join the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance today. Visit sdzwa.org.
Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. Covenant House is the national leader providing safe housing for youth, 50 years strong. Help us fight youth homelessness. Go to covenanthouse.org.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Every second counts in a poison emergency. That's why Poison Help is standing by 24/7 to provide free assistance in over 100 languages. Save Poison Help as a contact in your phone today. Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
Yeah, but you're a hack.
You're old.
That's true.
And championship contenders.
How did he do it? How did he do it?
It's a beautiful time for basketball. It's Saturday primetime. Sixers versus Bucks at 8:30 Eastern. Then a Sunday showcase doubleheader at 1. Saturday and Sunday on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Yeah. I'm still hot off this list.
Yeah, Jay was ranked 14th on some list of all-time
I'm tweeting at you.
Point guards.
I'm saying your list is trash. It's
Right?
hard to make an argument with me over Steph.
It's levels to it. You and I know. Tell him be humble.
I'm not talking about what Steph is in the league.
No. I would take you over Steph in college.
Okay, so that means I'm fine. Would you take Bob Cousy over me?
In college,
I would run Bob Cousy into the wall.
But he was the first guy to think, maybe I could use my left hand too.
And I love Bob Cousy. And look, I have all the respect for players in the world. This is a competitive Kobe Bryant coming out of me right now. You're going to hear the real me.
Well, there's a hell of a case that you should be number 5.
I would have bodied Allen Iverson.
Or in college.
I would have got bodied.
Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. And look at this, the band's back together.
What up, squad?
Look who showed up for work this morning.
What up, Key?
What's that?
Max got you sick last week, huh?
Oh, no, stop that. I wasn't sick.
Oh, I mean, well, Key's never really sick. Key comes to New York. He hangs out with you in studio. Key gets sick.
He was taking flights and stuff, man. He got sick on the plane.
He had 2 flights.
Yeah.
One here and then one back.
I got sick because I was sitting next to Max.
See, that's what
I wasn't sick. How'd I get you sick?
It's cool. You just didn't know. Jay, I was checking out the highlights right there, the Duke highlights.
Uh-oh, here come Duke jokes. Go ahead.
No, it's not. No. You look different. Because of the hair. The hair was funny. The hair was funny as hell. But not only that, what was you coming from the club or something? You got the VIP wristband thingy on your wrist?
Oh, yeah, I had to wear the little wrist strap, yeah.
What was that?
I had fallen on my wrists. It's a basketball thing. It looked right, too. I don't know. It's one of those things like, I'm hurt.
A little too long.
I'm hurt, but it looked right, you know, like,
Yeah,
I was like, I don't look right after that.
It wasn't even, it didn't even go up the wrist. I'm like, what the hell? Did he just get off the ride or something at the carnival?
You know how sometimes they're like, you be wearing like the arm sleeve and be like, that ain't really me. Or they're like the leg sleeve. Or
come on, man, you got to pop that faster.
Yeah. Well, see, and then it became
faster.
It was that, and then it became the rubber band after that. So I don't really know what it was. I was making buckets, though.
I'm surprised you didn't have what was the chain called, Max? The flat. No. The flat. The
herringbone.
The herringbone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you have a herringbone chain on.
Have it on while you play, though.
That's what MJ did. Remember, MJ used to wear it back like his first several years in the league.
Yeah, he did.
That had to be a weighty one, though. It's going to twist all
like
around and
80s,
stuff.
though, right?
Yeah. So
you just missed it, though, Key. By the way, Max
missed the fireworks.
Max muted his cough, though. He just coughed like 5 times. Just want you to know.
Nonsense.
He just,
well,
come on, Max. Man, you
I got a little,
Yeah, he ain't had your coffee yet.
Got a little.
I'm with you every day. I see.
I don't know. I'm good.
I come from a phlegmy people.
Are you one of those people, like, when you get sick, do you, like, self-identify, like, what your sickness is?
I don't know. I've never been healthy. I couldn't tell you.
You know what I mean, Key? Like, one's like
100%.
Like,
I know exactly what's wrong
my dad.
with me.
My dad is like, I got a cold. I got it from Tyrone last week.
Yeah.
At 100%. The barbershop. I'm like, Dad, you can't. Why are you trying to figure this stuff out?
Because he knows he's right.
Because he's probably right. 100%.
What does it matter where you got it from?
When I got sick, I knew exactly what it was and who I got it from and where I was at the time that I got the sickness.
Why does that matter? Why y'all dig so deep into it? Does that help you, like, deal with the sickness?
I already know.
Jay, when I came in here and I couldn't see.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, when I came in here, I couldn't see out of my. Also, I had black spots on my right eye, right? No, hold on. Then did I or did I not look it up and say I got a detached retina?
You did say that.
And you were like, no, come on. I'm telling you, man, it's got the same symptoms.
You just Googled it. They're like blurry spots. There it is. First thing that pops up in the algorithm.
Detached retina.
I went in to see the doctor. I'm like, it's a detached
That's
retina.
my
He's like,
wife.
well, don't
Just-
jump to conclusions. He has a detached retina.
I can't do it. I can't track down every detail to help me self-diagose.
Yeah. Speaking of being detached.
I was about to say. Boy,
Some people are attached at the hip now.
Luka and Kyrie are detached from reality the way they're scoring points. 82 in the Mavs when they combined for 42 for Luka and 40 for Kyrie.
I felt it in Max's bones all the way here.
Yeah, you got it.
Feel it.
Yeah, you got it. You got the rhythms of the whole thing. Mavs win 133-126 over the Sixers. Sixers came back and made it a game because the Mavs can't defend. Embiid finished with 35. Tyrese Maxey with 29. Hey, Yates, what do you think about Maxey's 29? It's good, huh?
I could have used one more if we're really being honest.
Yates had a parlay. He needed to get 30. He got 29.
Yates, real quick, give it to me again. What happened on the 29-point parlay? You had 30?
So I put a no sweat free bet in, right? So $50.
Yeah.
40 for Kyrie.
Okay.
Cleared it.
Got it.
40 for Luka.
Got it. Oh, God.
Took the over 5 threes for Kyrie.
Got it.
Cleared it. Tyrese Maxey, 30.
He got 29.
29. It's fine, though. You know,
what would you, if you would have hit, what's that worth?
Yeah, what are the odds?
Like 5, 6K, something like that.
Oh, ouch.
The only good thing is I get my 50 back in free bets, but that's not really what we're trying to talk about.
No, yeah,
right now.
you're trying to,
So you bet 50 to win 5K?
Yeah, man.
And he came
parlay,
and
man.
Tyrese Maxey, 1 point
One
away.
funky point away from me going to Mohegan, and y'all not even hearing from me today.
A working man, 5 G's on the line.
You know what, though?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Tyrese.
You should call Maxey up and be like, yo, man, you need to give me that. For real.
I mean, between you, Yates, between you losing on the parlay and your squad, your 76ers giving up 25 made threes on 50% shooting, it's not a good night.
Man, talk about something,
It's
Jay.
not a good night.
I don't want to hear it, Jay.
It's not a good night.
Sometimes the Mavs are going to have to do that if they want to win games. They're going to have to just go crazy, the two of them, Luka and Kyrie.
Well, it's like they have no presence in the middle. I mean, Dwight Powell's always playing on the perimeter. Look, this squad can get to a Western Conference semifinal. They get to a semifinal.
Finals last year?
Yeah, different squad. Completely different squad with different pieces. There's really no, like, diversity defensively for this team. Like, you need Kyrie and Luka to have great individual performances.
Semi-final is what? You win 2?
You win a playoff series.
Win a playoff series.
You win. No, you got to win 2 playoff series, right?
Well, I mean, you could if you're have to play in the play-in.
Not in the play-in,
no. You win a playoff series, you're in the semifinals. You win 2 playoff series, you're in the conference finals. You win 3, you're in the finals.
Yeah,
you win 4, you got the whole thing.
Yeah,
they can win a series and be in the semifinal.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard though. They really don't defend.
But they got 2 of the most. Look at these dudes last night.
Let me tell you something about Mark Cuban. And Jay, you and I were talking about this
82
recently.
points last night.
Yeah, Mark Cuban sometimes plays. He's like a little penny wise and pound foolish. Like he did this with Nash. He looked at Nash's age, what he wanted on. He's like, he's getting up there, and he left. He let him walk. That was a big mistake, obviously. Brunson, you replaced him. Are you better off now with him or without him? Look at the Knicks.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you say it's gonna be hard. Like, they could beat Sacramento. Like, they're in the 6th seed right now.
They could. Who'd you make the favorite?
3-6.
Who would you make the favorite in that series?
Probably Dallas.
Really?
Yeah, probably Dallas.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I like Sacramento better long term. I think De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and those boys are having a hell of a season. DeMonte Sabonis, and I give them all respect. And they're not afraid of anybody. But going into it, odds bettors would probably have the Dallas Mavericks.
But back to what you said, Max. You said they look at Brunson now, but all it was a swap because they got Kyrie now. So
I'm saying, but Kyrie is going to be, if he sticks around.
Well, I mean, but I'm talking about long term wise. I'm just talking about right now. Today, he's on the team. Tomorrow, you never know. I mean, but today,
But to get him, you have to give up Dorian Finney-Smith and a whole bunch of things you need right now. So you could have had Brunson plus all that stuff.
Yeah, but then but at the same time, though, you'd have to pay all that money. And when you don't value somebody like that, you didn't look at it that way and say, okay, he has the value and we want to pay him the money. They'd rather pay Kyrie that money. I think a lot of people would rather pay Kyrie that money.
I'm saying it's questionable at this point. Nothing against Kyrie, but
I will tell you, though, I mean, it's as a scoring guard myself or just a fan of basketball, I'm watching all their games.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm watching that because it's like a and one mixtape. Like everybody's in their bag between those two, and you can't stop it.
You think Luka is he's young, he's 24, and usually players are not hounded about winning championships at this age yet. But because he's so precocious and he was a professional as a teenager and was great in his early 20s, and he's been great for several seasons, you think Luka is a championship player? Do you think he makes, do you think he makes his teammates better? Because I look at Brunson on the Knicks,